Winter's grip, currently firm, but in a few months, summer will return, including its unwanted aspects.
For things like mosquito-borne diseases, we're concerned about that.
Like West Nile virus, making their way across the country in recent years, aided by warming temperatures.
At this point in time, we haven't had much in the way of these types of illnesses. A few cases here and there.
Yet potentially dangerous if contracted. There's something to keep an eye on, says the province's chief medical officer of health.
There's the surveillance that's happening through public health within the Department of Health and Community Services and NLHS.
And there's citizen science projects. One of them concluded here at Memorial University last year. It aimed to find out what mosquito species are in this province and which viruses they carry.
We covered small parts of Labrador, but all over the island.
Over 100 citizen scientists were involved. Provided with a so-called aspirator, they collected mosquitoes and sent them in, thousands of samples.
We identified a lot of invasive species of mosquitoes. The impact of climate change on mosquito, actually, it helps mosquito to breed. And some of the mosquitoes who are from subtropical or tropical countries, they can flourish more if there is a global warming.
We've had mosquitoes that have come in since I've been paying attention to this, which would be 2012. We've had several new mosquito species that we've identified that are known around the world but are newly have arrived on the island. It's a concern in that a couple of them are well-known human disease vectors.
The team now hopes for funding to do more research to predict which species might become a concern and to identify high-risk areas. Meanwhile, it's another animal that regularly raises concern among residents in the summer.
We probably have 7 or 8 different species of tick. They enter the island predominantly on migratory birds. So these ticks feed off of different animals. They have 3 feeding stages. And they feed off different animals, and when they get on a bird, if the bird migrates, well, unless they fall off, they go along with the bird. Then the bird lands here, and the tick hops off, and it can go on to feed off another animal afterwards, get another blood meal.
But despite climate change, says Whitney, large tick populations in this province are unlikely. The black-legged tick, which transmits Lyme disease, needs a specific mouse and deer species for its life cycle, neither of them native to this province.
Models have suggested that probably now we're in the range where we could support permanent populations if we had the proper host animals, which are the mice and the deer, which we don't have. So it is a climate change disease, but not climate alone.
Something echoed by Fitzgerald. While Lyme disease has shown up in people in the province,
those cases appear to have been contracted while they were traveling elsewhere, where Lyme disease is more endemic.
risk locally remains low for tick or mosquito-borne diseases despite rising temperatures, and yet it's something officials are monitoring. As there are currently no vaccines for any of these diseases available, Fitzgerald says people need to protect themselves with insect repellent and by wearing long pants and shirts. Henrike Wilhelm, CBC News, St. John's.